Hello, friends. Welcome to Betkraft, the home of show bet football analysis and predictions. Okay, today the second day of May. Today, Thursday, is another day, and we have a lot of games that are lined up today. And we have Chelsea versus Tottenham, a very tough match that's going to happen today tonight, as well as Roma, Bayern Leverkusen in a Europa League match, and also have Olympic Marseille who will be up against Atalanta, and in the Conference League we do have Aston Villa who comes up against Olympiacos, and as well we also have Fiorentina who will be lining up against Club Brugge in Europa Conference League match. All these matches and some more that we have together, and we analyzed and we brought forward for you. Okay, but before we go ahead, those of us who are coming across our channel for the very first time who are yet to subscribe, please kindly take our time to click the subscription button down there so you do not miss out on our subsequent games that will be coming up on this channel on daily basis. Okay, and today, without further ado, we have to head to the business of the day, and today we're starting with the very first game, which is in the Premier League, where we have Chelsea who will be up against Tottenham. Okay, and we know that it's going to be a very very exciting encounter. Seeing that Chelsea will be looking to push further to in order to achieve a European position next season. Okay, they'll be pushing to at least qualify for UEFA Conference League next season. Seeing that they'll be hoping also that West Ham, Manchester United, and Newcastle will lose ground so that they take advantage and also qualify for Conference League. And also, Tottenham, on the other hand, will be looking to qualify for Champions League. They're already in the Europa League spot, but they will be looking at, taking the advantage of the opportunity, okay, hoping that Aston Villa will lose ground also. So it's going to be a very tough one, and we expect to see, a very charged game at Stamford Bridge this evening. And as usual, we'll take a look at how both teams have fared. We could see that Chelsea have won two matches in the last six, and as well, they've had three losses and one draw. And away side Tottenham have managed two wins as well as three losses and one draw in the past, six games I've had also. And we take a look at how both sides fared from home and away perspective. We'll see that Chelsea playing from home have been able to win at least they have been able to win seven games out of the last 10 games I've had from Stamford Bridge. They've as well had two draws and one loss. And away side Tottenham in the past 10 away games have managed just two wins, and also they've had four losses, and they've had four draws as well in the past 10 away games I've had. And in this very encounter, it's a very difficult one, but we expect high intensity game, seeing that both teams are looking to qualify, to achieve a particular target. And in this very game, we resorted to corner kick, knowing that high intensity results to a lot of actions, and actions, gets to gets your corner kick in games. So in this very encounter, we chose over 9.5 corner. We expect to see at least 10 corners in this very encounter. That's our verdict, and that takes us to the next game. And the next game is in Europa League, where we have Roma who will be up against Bayer Leverkusen. Okay, and the past six for Roma have been able to win four, and they've had two losses. And I will say Bayern Leverkusen have not lost any match yet. They have been able to win three in the past six, as well as three draws also in the past six games I've had. They're yet to lose any match, this season. And for the Roma playing from home, they've been able to achieve, seven wins as well as two losses and one draw playing from home. And away side Bayern Leverkusen in the past away 10 away games have been able to achieve seven wins as well. They've had two they've had three draws. Okay, they've not lost any match yet. Bayern Leverkusen are yet to lose a match. So in this very encounter, we know that it's going to be a very tough one, knowing that Roma also is a very good side in Italy, seeing that they've been doing very well. Okay, and in this very game, we expect a very cagey encounter, and we expect to see not so many goals in this very encounter. Okay, we expect to see under 3.5. That's what we expect. We don't expect to see at least more than three goals in this very game. Our verdict for this very game is under 3.5. And that takes us to the next game. And the next game is also in Europa League, where we have Olympic Marseille who will be up against Atalanta. And Olympic Marseille in the past have been able to, achieve 2 wins as well as 3 losses and 1 draw. And the away side, Atalanta have won 4 games out of 6. They've had 1 draw and they've lost 1 in the past 6 games they've had. And looking at how they fared from home and away, you could see that Olympic Marseille in the past 10 home games they've had so far, they've been able to achieve 6 wins. They've as well had 1 loss and 3 draws while playing from home. Okay, and the away side, Atalanta, playing from away, have managed 4 wins. They've also had 4 losses, and also, they've also had 3 losses already, and they've also had, 3 draws in the past 10 away games they've had so far. And we also know that in the recent encounter, we saw Atlanta defeating Liverpool by 3 goals to 0, and also beating Monza from away by 2 goals to 1. And we know that they're doing very well at the moment. And also, we could in this very encounter, it is very difficult to predict, but we don't expect to see Atlanta losing out in this very game. So in this very encounter, we go for the away side either winning or draw. Okay, that's our verdict. X2, which side to win or draw in this very game. And that takes us to the very next game. And the next game happens to be in Conference League, where we'll have Aston Villa who will be up against Olympiacos Peru's. And Aston Villa in the past have won 4. They've had 1 draw and 1 loss. And the away side Olympiacos Peru's have had 5 wins and 1 loss in the past 6 games of head so far. And taking a look at how they fared from home and away perspective, we could see that as Aston Villa in the past 10 home games have been able to achieve 5 wins. They've as well had 3 losses also, and I've had 2 draws in the past 10 home games they've had so far. And the away side, playing from away, Olympiacos have achieved 7 wins. They've also had 2 losses and 1 draw in the past 10 away games I've had. And also, what you've noticed the fact that Aston Villa, playing from home, have always been doing very well. They've not lost from home for for the past 6 home games they've had so far. They've been able to either win or draw. And in this very encounter, we expect to see, because we know that Aston Villa is a very strong side, we expect to see a home win. We expect to see them, picking up the scores against Olympiacos in this very game. It is home win. That's our verdict in this very encounter. And that takes us to the next game. And the next game is also in Europa Conference League, where we have Fiorentina who will be up against the Club Brugge. And the Fiorentina in the past 6 have had 2 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses. And that way side, Club Brugge have won the entire 6 games they've had so far. And when you bring it down to how they fared from home and away, you could as well see that Fiorentina have managed 4 wins playing from home. They've as well had 4 draws as well as 2 losses while playing from home. And away side, Club Brugge have been able to achieve 4 wins from away, and they also had 4 losses as well as 2 draws from away. But in this very encounter, we also saw that in the recent games of both sides, we saw Fiorentina defeating Sassuolo by 5 goals to 0, and also saw Club Brugge defeating Genk by 3 goals to 0, even from away. So we expect to see goals in this very encounter, even though it's difficult to separate both sides. But we expect to see that in this very encounter, we're going to see at least 2 goals coming up in this very game. Over 1.5, that's our verdict for this very encounter. And that takes us to the next game. And the next game is in Georgia. You'll have Torpedo Kutaisi coming up against Dinamo Tbilisi. Okay, in the last 6 for the home side, Torpedo, they've had 3 wins and 3 draws. And the away side, Tbilisi, have had managed just 1 win, and they've had 3 draws as well as 2 losses in the past 6 games they've had so far. And when you take a look at how both sides fared from an away perspective, we could see that playing from home, the home side have managed 8 wins as well as 1 loss and 1 draw in the past 10 home games they've had. Okay, it goes to show they're doing very well, seeing that they've won 80% of the matches playing from home. And the away side, Dinamo Tbilisi, in the past 10 away games, have managed 3 wins, and they've also had 1 draw, and they've had 6 losses also playing from away. It goes to show that the home side is likely, favored to pick up the spoils in this very one. But we expect to see, home home side, rising to the occasion. But in this very verdict is actually home side to either win or draw. That's our verdict for that very game. Home win or draw. And that takes us to the next game, which happened to be the last game for the day. And it is in Serbia where Radniki Kragujevic coming up against Ladost Lukani. And looking at how both sides fared from the last 6 games, you could see that the home side, Kragujevac have managed, 5 wins out of 6. They've also had 1 loss, and their away side, Lucani, have had just 2 wins as well as 4 losses in the past 6 games of head. And when you take a look at how both sides fared from home or away perspective, you could as well say that Kujavic in the past 10 home games have managed to achieve 8 wins out of 10. They've had 1 loss as well as 1 draw also. And the away side in the past 10 away games, they have just managed 1 win, and they've had 2 draws as well as 7 losses in the past 10 away games they've had so far. It goes to show that the home side is much more fancy to pick up the spoils, seeing that they've won 80% of their home games, and we expect to see home win in this very one. We expect to see home win outrightly in this very game. That's our verdict, and that ends our predictions for you today. And I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope your ticket goes green. Remember to play responsibly. Do not play with what you cannot afford to lose. Play with only what you can afford to lose, and it's only a football game. You can go either way. All right. That being said, tomorrow is another day. I hope to see you tomorrow on the Betkraft. We're going to have a lot of games lined up again, and until then, keep winning.